Today, I'm going to be giving you a tool for free. It's a tool I made to help you increase your trading win rate, okay? I know this was a struggle for me when I started out and for a lot of traders that I work with over inside my private mentorship group. And I thought, I just sat down and I spent about an hour and I coded a tool for those of you who are having trouble when you essentially go set a target, whether that's your stop loss or take profit, and you just don't hit that level. You're setting unrealistic stop loss and take profits. So my goal is with this tool, you'll be able to help increase your trading win rate by using it. With that said, let's just hop on inside my computer. I'll get right into it. ADR stands for average daily range. This only works, okay, when trading on the 4-hour time frame, okay, 4 hours over the last 180 days. So the 4-hour 180 day. Make sure you have this time frame pulled up, okay? 180 day, 4 hour. That's the only way this is gonna be accurate. Why will this ADR calculator help you increase your trading win rate? Now, I've been trading for many years, and one of the things that I realized right off the bat, not just in my trading, but when working with students, tends to happen is that we set these targets, whether those are our take profit levels or our stop loss levels, right? Whether we are long or short, doesn't matter, but we're setting these levels based off of something we see on a chart. Whether that is a moving average or a support and resistance level, a key level, maybe you're just looking at the candlesticks and you're setting that target that you're looking to hit, or looking, at that point to get out of the trade, right, based off of that trade specifically. The problem is traders, including myself in the beginning when I didn't have this tool, we tend to set unrealistic targets. Now I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So here's a little summary. Using the average daily percentage movement and its projections, you can gain insights into the historical volatility of a stock. Okay, so this information can essentially be valuable for setting realistic stop loss and take profit levels based on recent price action. Okay, so average daily range ADR, that is this tool right here, okay, that I've plugged into my Thinkorswim. It is the average daily percentage movement, which will give you an idea of how much the price typically moves in a day of that specific stock you're looking at over the last 180 days on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, this information can be used to decide whether your stop loss or take profit will actually be hit within your optimal trade hold period, okay, mine being 3 to 5 days. So up here you can see over the last 180 days, the stock specifically that I'm on is ticker symbol CRM. So over the last 180 days, CRM has on average moved 0.85% a day. Now that's not up, that's not down, that is just taking into account the daily high and the daily low on the 4-hour over the last 180 days. So between the lowest price of the day and the highest price of the day, on average, okay, CRM specifically is moving less than 1%. Now, when it comes to setting those realistic targets, I'm going to give you an example. So if let's just say this is just a theoretical trade, right? And don't even look at the chart. But okay, let's say your take profit sits 8% away, okay? And your average hold period is between 3 to 5 days. Yet the stock you're looking at only moves on average 0.50% or 0.5% per day, right? Which we'll be able to see based off of the white box right here, okay? So say that stock you're going to trade, it only moves 0.5% a day, yet you set your take profit 8% away, which means, looking at the chart, that stock has not moved 8% in 2 weeks. Well, then you shouldn't be taking that trade, okay? Because you're not going to hit that target within your optimal hold period. And part of trading is setting realistic stop loss and take profits. Okay, that's vital into your success because we need to run the risk to reward beforehand, okay, based off our stop loss and take profit. And then we can simulate the expected returns around our average hold period and figure out if that's a trade we should take in the first place or not, okay? So by using the ADR calculator correctly, you should start hitting your targets and see an increase in win rate. I'm gonna give you some examples. If this doesn't make sense, don't worry. Now, because my optimal hold period, that means when I'm entering a position to when I'm selling that position is in between 3 to 5 days, and the longest I'm going to end up holding a position is going to be 5 days, then I want to set, when I go to simulate that trade out, the furthest out I'd end up holding a position. Okay, that is going to be essentially the worst risk to reward. So on the first day, say the next morning, if I hit my stop loss or take profit, I will be presented with the best risk to reward. But as the days go on, as we trade options, well, theta kicks in and it costs us more and more each day to, well, hold that position. Okay, so that's why I'm going to go 5 days out when I go to run that trade to simulate out that position using the Analyze tab. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a couple examples, but I wanted to show you real quick. Go up to the studies icon. You can see here, we've obviously got our studies applied, our SMAs, our EMAs, and you can see here the Daily Traders ADR calculator. Okay, now, once you've installed the calculator, there'll be a link below this video. All you have to do is click on that link. It'll take you to a website. It'll be Thinkorswim's website. You just click import and then it'll load and it'll be in your Thinkorswim. So it'll be under studies. So you'll be able to look up the Daily Traders ADR calculator. If it doesn't automatically apply to your chart, it'll pop up, click on the gear icon, and then this is a user defined day. So because my average hold period is between 3 to 5 days, I'm gonna go the furthest out when it comes to simulating that position, running that risk to reward. Say your average hold period is 3 days. You can hit 3, say it's 10 days. We'll hit 10, click OK, click apply, and OK. Now, up here, the 10-day projected movement is 8.48%. You can see how that changes. Back to studies, let's just switch it back to 5 days. Apply. Now, let's go choose a stock. Let's say, this is totally a theoretical trade, okay? We are gonna trade ticker symbol CSX. Let's say our take profit is going to be at 35.83. Our stop loss is going to be at 37.37. We're looking to see a pullback to the 50-day SMA. Now we can look at the average daily range on CSX over the last 180 days is 0.76%. Now the 5-day projected move is 3.7%. That means that our take profit and our stop loss have to be within 3.78%. Okay, I guess it can be a little over, right? But if it's like 5, 7, whatever, 10%, that's the, our stop loss. So when you go to drawings and you click on the drawing tool, the timeline, and you drag this from where we're currently trading, which is around that 37 area, up to our stop loss. All right, 0.70, we're within that 5-day projected movement. And then let's look at our target. Okay, 3.3, we are in our 5-day projected movement. That means now, obviously, we can go punch in 35.83 in the Analyze tab to run the risk to reward and 37.37, knowing that that is a realistic target to hit within, 5 days, our projected move. So that is how your win rate will increase. Now, let's say, for example, you set your take profit down here at the 180 day. And we can see based off of this stock that the average or the 5-day projected is going to be 3.78. Well, if we drag down to this level, we're sitting 7.4% away. Okay, our target's 7% away. Are we going to hit that target realistically within 5 days? No. Now, on the other hand, maybe your average hold period, the longest end of that is 15 days. That's the case. Now, it looks like you could take that trade, right? A couple of things you should understand is that you need to have this data tracked. You need to know what your average hold period actually is. Okay, whether that's 1 to 2 days. This only works from a swing trading perspective, okay? But 3 to 5 days, 7 to 8 days, whatever the case may be. And so you could start setting those realistic targets. Let's give you guys another example or two. Let's find a different looking chart here. I like this one. Okay, so let's say we're just gonna look to capitalize on a pullback. This is a theoretical trade. Back down to that low. We're gonna set our stop loss at the 50-day. Okay, just theoretical. If we look at this stock specifically, BKR, average daily range is 1.17%. Our 5-day projected movement is 5.85%. Okay, so from where we're currently trading, let's calculate the margin for profit down to our take profit, just about 8%. So that would not be a realistic target to hit within those 5 days, which means that trade we would end up holding more than likely beyond those 5 days, where at that point we haven't accounted for that risk to reward as the days progress, as that position gets more expensive to hold. Now you could be in that trade for a week and you're not going to hit your target. You're going to have to get out. There's going to be a decrease in win rate. So if you can set realistic targets by using this ADR calculator, it is almost inevitable, not guaranteed, but almost inevitable that your win rate will increase. Now, obviously, our stop loss is good. Let's give you guys one more example, okay? And then you can start using this yourself, start seeing an increase in that win rate. Super theoretical, let's say that low at 175.01 is our stop loss. And our take profit, let's say, is up here at the 196.60 area. Currently trading at around 189.30. Stop loss is setting 7.6% below. Good. Okay, we're within that 8.02% projected move. And our take profit is within 8% as well, 3.7%. Realistic targets. We're either going to hit that stop loss or take profit right to the most of our knowledge using this tool. Like this is theoretical, but looking at historical data, using that as a projection into the future, we can assume that we'll hit that stop loss or take profit within, in our case, that 5 days. You guys want to write this down? I think at this point it should be pretty straightforward. Click on the Daily Traders ADR calculator, add selected. Now, click this arrow because if I apply, you'll see, there we go. Now, if it was like this, when you applied it, it would look like that. So we don't want it to look like that. So you got to click this arrow, move it up. Now it should have that sign. You can move it up again. Totally doesn't matter. Click apply. So now it's here. Okay, now it's got this like annoying like border. Okay, let's change that. So let's go back to here. Let's go to Daily Traders ADR calc. Let's click on settings and then left axis, we're going to uncheck. And again, this is the length. I recommend keeping it at 180. Again, this has to be used on the 4-hour time frame. 180 days is going to give you the most accurate representation of that average daily range and the projected move. This is your optimal or average hold period and the longest end of that. Okay, so on average, you're holding a trade 6 days. So 6 days. Okay, apply. Okay, there you go. That is the ADR calculator. I'm constantly working on building out new tools and ways to help you guys not only find that consistent profitability within the stock market, but squeeze the most you can out of your trading system. So from a win rate perspective, this should really help you guys out. If you want to learn more, if you want to figure out how to find that consistency, that profitability in the stock market that you've probably been looking for, click the first link in the description below to head over to my mentorship group. Now, you won't just get access to an entire curriculum covering everything that I've learned over the last 7 years trading. You'll also have access to see and copy my exact trades live in real time. So when I'm putting on a position, I am posting my entry, and when I'm closing that position, I am posting my exit. If you don't have the time to trade, you can follow me. And with that said, hope you guys did enjoy.